All right, let's go. We live. We live right now. We're live. All right, are we live? Are we live? I thought we're live. Let's go. We're live. All right, guys. Welcome to Nothing is OB South Texas Golf Podcast. Right here, guys. It's Masters Week, baby. It is Masters Week. Episode 224. Ray Garza is going to be on the show tonight. Ray Garza, that's right. The man, the myth, Ray Garza. He's going to talk about instruction. He's going to talk about the Flamingo Open, the second annual Flamingo Open to be played out at the Teddy Bear course at Riverside. Also, he's going to be talking about his VTO Monday qualifier. He's going to take us through on the other side of the ropes what it feels like to be in those shoes, to be in that position. And you know what? We've been chopping it up a lot off air, and so I'm looking forward to having Ray on. It's going to be a really exciting show. I'm glad to have him on. He's got a lot of things going on with On Par Golf apparel. He's going to be giving out some. He's going to be giving out a special package in regards to some apparel, some towels, some shirts. He's decked out, just like right here, as you see. We got Texas Chancla. We're coming live from the Texas Chancla Studios. Somebody told me it's like, man, it's like Ricky Bobby's car over here. All right, we got all the freaking sponsors right here. FOREBROS Tour, never golf alone again. FOREBROS Tour, never golf alone again. Guys, we have the Masters coming out to be played out at Legends, or the guys are going to be playing out at Legends. They're going to be playing out at Valor Creek this weekend out there, and they got a house out there. A lot of great stuff is going on for FOREBROS Tour. We just played. We had a money game out there at Lackland. Thanks to Robert Vasquez, general manager, one of the best people, not just golf people out there. Lackland's looking good. If you, I waited 3 hours to get my pass. It was so worth it. Thank you to Robert Vasquez for having us out there. And we're coming live from the Texas Chancla Studios. And let's kick off our intro, and then we'll bring our man, Ray, on.
This Fairway Ed from Corpus Christi, Texas. So you're listening to Nothing is OB.
Man, this game is crazy. You know, you come out here 1 week, you look like a major champion. The next week, you look like a 25 handicapper from Crabapple, North Dakota.
Right there, my Alice boys.
Let's go, bro.
Goyo.
3 shots, 4 par, I just do 2, 1 putt, par 4, birdie, woo-hoo, new driver, info,
My
replace,
interviews
M2, par
gonna
5,
have a
fairway,
banger
what
for
you
you.
finna do? Think I'll try to get on into, stop right, good line, good view, it drew, shooter McGavin, 2 thumbs that's up high and 2 fingers pointed at you, pew pew, fairway to green, conk off that I'm playing, sometimes these par 3 greens look like an island, I plunge and keep it on dry land, at least I'm at
Right there. Ray, you got to tell me, dude, right? Let's see, Ray. Okay, right there, my dog. Okay. Ray Garza, my man. Ray, you see my dog, my dad, Fairway Ed out there, always kicking off the show. You got to like it, bro. Like being Ray Garza Jr., you got to like it. I've been seeing your dad on the course more than I've been seeing you.
Yeah, he does play pretty often now that he's retired. So I wish I could get as much practice same as he gets now. But yeah, thanks for having me on the show today. Thanks, appreciate it.
Man, I'm so happy. I'm so happy to have you on. But before we kick things off right here, Ray, I'm trying right here just to bring it up. I wanted to dedicate this show today. Today is a special day. Today. Don't ask me. You know, your mother, your moms. You know, moms are always. My mother was 34 years old. Like, I mean, even when I was born, she was 34 years old. You know what? And the day she passed away, today is her birthday. So I'm dedicating the show to my mother, Cristina Ituria, named my daughter after her. And so, Mom, love you. This show's for you. And so I love seeing my dad out there on the show to kick it off. And so I love seeing your dad out there. And do y'all win a lot of tournaments together, you and your pops?
I mean, back in the day, we used to play a lot of, Monday, Thursday games out in Divine, and a couple of 2-man tournaments here and there. But I mean, we do pretty good. But I mean, I think it's so interesting that in his head he's still, that scratch golfer that shouldn't make bogeys, and he's 71 now, and he's still a plus, or still right at a plus or a 3 or 2 handicap, and it's still like his competitive edge is so much fun to watch. And sometimes I just have to like tell him like, Dad, you're 70 something years old. This you enjoy the day. He gets so caught up in trying to hit every shot so perfect. And but yeah, it's golf, man. It just regardless if you're 5 years old or 70 years old or 90 years old. A lot of people, it's hard to lose that drive they have for golf.
Right, they still, and you love it though, right? It's the grind. They still want it, right? And I'm just like, I hope that passion for me, I hope it never burns out for me. It's Masters week. April's coming, but April's here, right? April's here, baby. We're gonna we got Ray Garza on the show, the Southside King of Golf, right here. Ray Garza, he's gonna take us behind the ropes on VTO qualifier. He's been at the Masters. He's gonna talk a little bit about his Masters experiences and some of the to-dos or the must-dos out there at Augusta, and talk about the second annual Flamingo Open right there. Ray, so what's been going on with you, man? Catch us up. It's been a while. I think the last time we spoke, it was around this time right here. The last time we spoke, almost a year ago.
Yeah, probably. It's still one thing after another. I mean, the businesses are all flourishing and doing really well. It keeps me away from as much golf as I kind of. I don't know. I got rekindled with wanting to play more golf, more competitive golf. So now that I've got all the businesses going, from the on par golf and all our staff, and then the apparel and the restaurant and the new tour we have, and then the nonprofit with the Flamingo Club. I mean, it's just nonstop, and I'm working on trying to maximize my time, with a devotion to what I need to do with the business side, but still find the time for myself in the golf. But yeah, I mean, to answer your question, it's just busy as ever, and I think what's really exciting for me is the golf aspect, and getting to talk more about my experience and where I want to go with my personal golf is something I'm excited about. And yeah, I mean, I'd love my experience with the Masters too. I think we could have some good conversations in this podcast.
So for those of you that don't know, Ray Garza made it through the pre-qualifier and then made it to the Monday qualifier out at Fair Oaks Ranch. And Ray, kind of take us through that, and I would love for you to kind of speak on. Did people reach out to you? Did they shower you with love? Were there any haters out there, or was everybody just rooting you on? Was everybody just down and military rooting for you, honking for your ass like the Spurs?
No, honestly, I mean, before we came on the air, we kind of talked a little bit about it, but I I was completely in disbelief, like the amount of strangers that messaged me through the social platform, or friends. And I get messages, and I mean just family, everybody. It was just overwhelming. Like I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Like I mean, and I'm always out there just trying to make it through the next step, to get that end goal, right? So I'm focused on that. But just all the well wishes and the go get it done kind of thing I heard constantly that week was I mean something I actually felt in my round. Like I felt so blessed to be there. And I think I don't know how to explain it. Like it was just a unique feeling of love, and true, like it, positivity. Like I got I mean, no, I didn't have any haters. Like everybody's like, man, go get it, man. Just go out there, do your best. And I think it translated into some a really solid round on the Monday. That we can kind of break down that a little bit. But I mean, just in general, like me playing more. When I started this year, this was my first event of a true competitive event for the year, because I kind of just worked the first part of the year trying to work on a few things, get my swing in a place I wanted to be, and really focused on my short game, because that's something I I don't really do enough of. And it really showed up, on Thursday, the first round, to get into the Monday, which I mean I can talk a little bit about that if you kind of want me to, start there. But that Thursday, I just said, just hit greens and maximize my attempts for my birdies, and that's really all I did. I didn't do anything spectacular. I played the par fives 4 under. I birdied every par five. Kept the ball in play, minimized my mistakes, and you just put a solid round from start to end. I was 3 under going to the last hole on the pre-qualifier. I knew, one or two shouldn't have an issue getting in. So I actually didn't even try and make par. I hit an iron down the fairway, laid up short of the bunkers, chipped it on, two putted for my bogey, walked away 2 under, and I felt, we hit a number I think we needed to, and I got through. But I think the most unique thing about that week, and hopefully, as I move forward, was I was so comfortable. I had almost zero nerves, which is unusual for me. I felt like I was playing with the boys, out on a Saturday afternoon, and I think that translated well. And then seeing the work I put in some of the swing mechanic things that I personally have been working on were showing up, and it was super reliable. And I just focused on, if I miss a green, I'm getting up and down, and I'm going to make every putt that I should make. And those things were happening, and that's what reflected, the score. And then, that week leading up to the Monday after the Thursday, those few days, I just kind of worked on some of those same things, and it really rests. Like at my age, I mean, I don't think I'm old, but I don't think I'm young. So a lot of what I did was focus on, getting my body right and resting and hydrating and doing the things that, actually make a huge impact on, the whole round, especially at the end. And I didn't get fatigued. I feel great both rounds. So, seeing that what I'm doing is super beneficial, and showing some positive impact in my overall game and score. So like that was huge. I think mentally was just feeling like I was so comfortable in my skin, and just let it happen. I just focused on the shot in front of me. I think the first round I hit, that Thursday I hit 14 greens, and the Monday I hit 14 greens. I didn't miss a green on Monday until the 12th hole.
Shoot. Let's get. Hey, hold on. Like I want you to take us, Ray, and I think if anybody's watching this show, guys, if you're just hopping on right now, I have Ray Garza of On Par Golf, founder, lead instructor. He gets behind the grill at Rock and G Grill. They're out of Mission Del Lago. They're at Northern Hills, Cedar Creek. They have the Flamingo Open coming up on Saturday, April 18th, out at the Teddy Bear at Riverside. On Par Golf Junior Tour, On Par Golf Apparel. Man, whoo, dude, I'm exhausted, bro. Like I'm exhausted. You need a QR code. That's what you need. That's what you need.
I'm a walking QR code.
And so, guys, if you're just hopping on right now, Ray's kind of talking us through his pre-qualifier for the Valero Texas Open, and you know what? He was able to shoot well and get through and get on to the Monday qualifier. You talked about it. You talked about the vibes. It feeling like you were in a state of comfort. Now, Ray, you played at TO. You played collegiate golf at TOU. You coached in high school. You coach now. I mean, you run. You're ingrained in San Antonio golf instruction. How important is that from all your years of competitive golf to be like in a great state to try to go low or try to get to a number you said? And then I want you to tell us how tough it was knowing you just needed to hit to get a bogey, leave with a bogey. I think that just sounds tough. That sounds tough to me.
I mean, I think in everything, as everyone matures and they get older, like if you're not learning from your past experiences, then you're not thinking their life processes correctly. Like I think my journey has gotten me to a place where I've done it, I've experienced it, I've seen success, I've seen failure. I know what works, I know what doesn't work. And me at this age, I'm really trying to just hone in on, like, I've been there, I've done this, it's nothing new, and just go out and execute. And really, it's not so much I'm thinking of a swing,
A swing thought.
it's just let it happen. Like I've done this long enough that that's really where I think I play my best, and then just the ball striking, and then that leading to the number of greens I'm hitting. It's showing that it's working, right? So I think as I continue this year and going forward, like my window's getting smaller, like as I get older.
No,
So
you're like a fine Southside wine, baby. You're getting better with age, man. You're getting better with age.
I agree, but I, my goal is before I turn 50, I wanna play on a PGA Tour event. So yeah, that window is getting tighter and tighter. I think I'll be really in stride as I approach 50, which is just a few years from now. I'll be 47 in January, so I'm right on the cusp of like turning into that transition to the Champions Tour, trying to play some of those senior events, which sounds weird and crazy for me to say, but that's where I'm at. So I'm trying to maximize these last few years and see how competitive I can be with the best, in at any age, right? Those young bucks. And a cool story, I think, going back to that Monday, I'll tell you, I want to talk to you about the round two because I think it was important, like for people to hear kind of how it progressed and my train of thought. But what
Okay,
was really cool
tell
was
us,
supposed to
tell us, tell us. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
my pairing was Sam Ryder
Oh
and
shoot.
Tyler Watts. So Sam got in, he played and he got in, so he didn't even show up for Monday. And the other kid I play with, Tyler Watts, he's ranked number 20 in the entire world in the amateur golf
Amateur.
rankings.
Amateur.
He made two PGA Tour starts already in his teens, and he made the cut in both of them. So that's the guy I played with. Uh, the guy hits it about 30 or 40 yards past me. You could tell he can golf his ball. I mean, even at that age. But I beat him on the front nine, and then I hung with him in the back nine. So it kind of gave me some like positive reinforcement of like age is just a number, right? Like your kids all world. I'm just as competitive and can hang with just anybody, in the world. Just about this kid is trying to do what I'm doing, and he's done it a little bit of it already. So I know I can compete, and I really want to play with Sam. I was hoping, he wouldn't get in and have to play Monday, so at least play at least 9 holes. It was all right. It was. So I think that was a big takeaway, like seeing my comparison to like this kid will play on the tour. Like I know it. Like he's that good, right? and and then I think just the round itself, right, from start to finish, Jake caddied for me, so real comfortable with Jake. And after the first tee shot, he's like, "Man, were you nervous?" I was like, "No, we're just playing golf. Let's go." I birdied the first hole and kept chugging around. Like I said, I didn't miss my first green till the 12th hole. I played rock solid the front nine. I was 3 under through 8, and then I three putted 9 from 20 feet. So I make the turn at 2 under, which I should have been 3 easily. I was just trying to jam a 20-footer in and make the turn at 4 under, and try and light up the back. 10 at blackjack is very straightforward par 5. I just hit it just up the right, and I was kind of blocked out, so I had to kind of hit a little offline layup and had a wedge in my hand. I just didn't get it very close. And 2 putted for par, and then 11 I hit it 10 feet, a little crosswind. It was blowing hard that day in the afternoon. A little crosswind, it broke more than I thought. Missed it. Really makeable putt if it wasn't as windy. So I mean, realistically, I should have been at least 4 to 5 going in through 11, and then a little straightforward up and down. It just the shot hit a good shot. It ran away from me more than I thought. After the hole, the slope of the green just ran away. So I had about a 10-footer, missed that. So that was another kind of turning point. That 9 and 12 were some big turning points. I parred 13, parred 14, parred 15, and 16 is a goofy little quirky par 4 dogleg left. Hit it great shot right up the right, but I was blocked out by that tree that's up there, and I had to go under that tree over the little creek, and then there's a bunker between that creek and the green. So I hit to get it into that bunker, blasted it out about 10 feet, and then that put like horseshoed out, and so I was like, so that got me to even with 2 to go. Hit it to about 20 feet on 17. I missed it dead short. I mean, right up the hill. I mean, just a little harder. I got it, and then 18, I smoked it right down the fairway, and I'm like, I'm even going into the last hole. I said, I mean, the only chance I have is to hold it out. So I took a little less club, and I said I'm going to go after it, but it was right into the wind, kind of turned it over a little bit too much, and I got into the back side of the bunker, so I couldn't get it out, and I hit it back in the bunker, and then I put it on and 2-putted for a double, which kind of exaggerated my score, but I mean I should have easily been 2 to 3 at worst. So it was a solid round top to bottom, and just the last hole kind of skewed the score a little bit. But I still finished T27, and I mean, if I just par 18, I think I was like in top 18, 17, something like that. So, I mean, and these are guys that do this week in, week out. So it really showed me a lot of, what, the mental strength that I have and my physical capability and I just went out there and felt like I took care of every aspect I wanted to. Those 2 rounds, I played the par five 6 under. The pre qualifier, I birdied every par five, and the Monday I birdied 2 of the 4. I played the par threes great. It was I think I was even par both days on the par threes. So it's just cleaning up some of those approach shots and not making stupid mistakes on the putting green. And yeah, I think I'll continue to put up some good rounds together throughout the year. So yeah, that's kind of a little synopsis of how the day went. But I mean, huge takeaway. Like even Jake was like, "Man, the driver was. I mean, I don't think I missed a fairway all day, both rounds, and just executed. My approach shots. I was really dialed in with my distance control. So I mean, all everything was going. I just got to put 2 nines together, and we would have been there because, like I said, I mean, at the turn, if I don't get 2 shots off, you know, second place coming into the last 9 holes, I knew that too. I knew I needed to just get a little bit of breaks here and there and make a few putts, but it didn't affect my you know my calmness. Like I felt super calm. Like even though I know I needed to, make birdies coming down the stretch. I mean, they just didn't happen. But that wasn't because I hit some terrible shots. I hit great shots. It just the score just didn't happen that afternoon on the second night. So a lot of take.
And you know what? Like I had a lot of people reach out to me, right? Reach out to me too because they know that you and I are friends and that we've had you on the show. I'm gonna read some great comments, everybody. Thank you so much for chiming in. Ray, I'm gonna put it on Ray. So it's not on me. Ray is randomly gonna select one person. I'm gonna comment on here too. Remember, Ray, I need to get in this drawing. I need a new polo. I need a new towel. I need a lot. I need a lot, right?
Your name?
Whoever comments, they're in. So you're gonna select one if you want to. Hey, we'll do a wheel. I don't know if you want to get a wheel together, and hey, whoever or let Lily pick, let somebody pick. I don't know, anybody.
We'll do that later, right?
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that at the very end. But you know what? A lot of people were asking me, you know what? You're -2. We're only watching that stupid damn link that we get, right? That they give you on South Texas PGA, Southern Texas PGA, which is stupid. And we're over here looking, and we know you're -9, you're -2 going into the turn on Monday. And again, like I said, I have a lot of people reaching out to me and asking me about it. And when we see the final score, I'm not dumb. I know the game. I'm a coach. You know what I mean? Like, you're off by a certain thing. What do? You know what? Hey, you have to go for it, right? I mean, you can't play conservative. You can't lay up. You have to go. You know what? What I tell people is, and I'm glad to hear you say this, that hey, you had to give it a go. Like you knew you were down, and I'm sure all these experiences that has to translate into being a better coach for your students because you've been on that side. You know what it's like playing smooth, easy golf. Well, now you're behind the 8 ball a little bit, and man, we still are, man. We're still proud of you. We're bragging on you. We're still bragging on you. You know what? I always say this. Hey, I know a big gun. Oh man, you know what? Hey, Ray Garza right here. You know what? Hey, he's probably cooking it up. It's Lent. It's last week. It's Lent. He's doing a Lenten special on Friday, right? They were rocking G Grill, and you made everybody so freaking proud, dude. Like because you're one of us. You are one of us. You're more of San Antonio than I am. I'm from Corpus. You know what I mean? But I claim you. I still claim you. And I think a lot of people do. And you made a lot of people proud. You extremely did. And I'm gonna read some comments right here. Jeremiah Sierra. Ray Garza is a great golfer and better human being. His heart is always in the right place. Damn straight.
Thanks, man.
Steven Escobedo, 100%. I agree with Maya. Hey, great, real original, Beto. Very original. Another one. Hey, son tres Joto birds right here. I agree with Steven. Hey, it's okay, guys. You can say something else right here. Steve Beto again. That South Slider. Is that what it's good? That South Slider is good. Hey, Ray. That's a new one. Put on the menu.
The South Slider.
Hey, Ray. I'm an idea guy. I'm an idea guy, right there. Beto right here, king of the par threes. Juan Rupalacaba. I'm in. I'm in. Charles Rodriguez, way to go, Ray. Gabe
Thank
Trevino, definitely an awesome role model for young golfers and old golfers too, and older golfers and middle-aged golfers too, Ray. Right there.
everybody.
So,
I
Ray-
love it.
so right there, Ray. You know what? Take us through for some of us that don't know. You took us through the rounds, right? And you know you belong. You know you got the game. You know you belong. You play a lot of golf, you know, and we've played a lot of the similar. We played some of the top notch courses in Texas here, and first day Thursday, the pre-qualifier for the Valero Texas Open was held at Live Oak there in Fair Oaks Ranch, and then you know what, you made it through to that Monday at Blackjack. What would you say about the two courses and maybe the conditions on how they were set up in regards to maybe what us hat golfers see on a normal weekday or on a normal Saturday? Was it pin placements? Was the greens cut thin? Were they tricky? Did they put them in tricky spots? What was the thing that they did to really, I guess, make it a tough task for y'all?
Honestly, like Thursday, I don't think there was anything way out of place with the pin placements. I mean, it's going to be tipped out. Like we played, the whole course. There wasn't, any up, tee markers or anything like that.
What was it playing? Like, what was the yardage?
Uh, I don't know. I think it's right around 7,000. Um, but yeah, and I mean the greens were rolling great. I think I didn't stimp them on Thursday, but on Monday Jake really he helped me read the green. He's got
He's
he's
the
a
step master. The step master.
yeah, he's a stimp master. Yes, I think they were like 10. The on Monday they were 10. So it kind of helps him with the guide on the chart that he's using to help us with some of the reads. But no, the greens, both courses were fantastic. Pin placements weren't too bad. Both days were a little breezy. I mean, nothing crazy, but there
But
was
it's
some.
always right. It's always some weird weather. Like last year, man, it was raining. Right, there was a rain delay. It was raining hard. It changed the way the course played and how you know what. Some guys were hot. Some guys came back cooled off. Our boy Mike McGowan played last year, and man, he was doing good. And then he starts off, comes back with like a double bogey. He goes double double bogey. You know.
Thursday, I remember that. I think I had two holes left when we got stopped, uh, and I knew I needed. I think it was even. I was one over, I think, at the stop, and then I needed to birdie the last two to get. I knew I needed to get under par. I think I parred, so I think I shot one over that day. That it was soggy and windy and rainy, and then this one wasn't wet, so that was great. It was just pretty breezy. I know, like that Thursday round, they switched the nine, so one is now what I used to remember as 10. It's behind the clubhouse on Live Oak, and now 10 is the par five right by the driving range.
What is it?
So now
Wow.
eight is the one that ends right by the driving range, in between the parking lot and the driving range. That's
Okay.
that's at Live Oak.
Okay. Oh man, I thought that's how it normally is. Cause 10, for me, used to be the one that's, I guess, on the other side of the clubhouse, and one. Okay, so one is so that's still 10, or that's one now.
One is behind the clubhouse by the men's locker room over there.
Yes, yes, and then 10 is to the right of the range.
Yeah, the par five that's 10. So
Oh wow.
nine, which I always think of as nine, but that's 18, and it was dead into a south wind. So I mean, it was playing long, and you just that hole you can't. You go right, you're out of bounds. You go left, you're out of bounds. So that's the hole. I was like, I'm just hit a solid 3 iron right up the right, 6 iron right in front, chipped it up, and, made my bogey. But like those were things I had did my work early in the round, so it wasn't like I needed to press, and that was my goal, was like try and get going early. And I was 3 under going in the last hole, so I was like, I'm good. And that also happened on the Monday. Like I got a great start. I was 3 under through eight. The momentum's going. You just eliminate any stupid mistakes and keep the round going and find some more birdies. That just didn't happen. But I mean, the game plan was the same both days. I would say Monday definitely I'd press a little more, especially down the stretch, because I know I needed to get a number. And Now they're only taking two guys. It's you got to go really low. Three got into the if it was a four spot, three would have got in. And I knew I could have had a little more room for air if we had four spots versus the two. And to be honest with you, I never looked at the scoring. I could have like on my phone and see. I had no clue the whole
You
round,
had
and that
no
was
clue.
I didn't want to know. I wanted to just shoot the best score I could, knowing I needed at least I was in the 4 to 6 range. Like I need to get to either 4 or 5 or 6 to have a shot, and I was right, but I didn't want to know like, and me and Jake were like we really didn't care. It was just like let's just execute the shot in front of us and see what the score is at the end. Was my mentality on how I approached it, but I birdies.
So okay. So you said in a post that Jake Stevenson, one of your instructors, right, from On Par Golf, and you said that he was a good caddy. What were some of the things that made him such a good caddy and helped him with your game within two? Like these are high competitive rounds to get into a PGA event.
I think we had a good little visit the day 2 days before because I said let's just get together. I'll show you my routine when I play. Because honestly, I think me and Jake have only played maybe 2 rounds of golf ever. Like we don't play a lot of golf together, which is kind of surprising, right? But I said I've been working on something with my putter. I want you to take a look at it so you're a little more familiar. And we kind of talked about some speed control and some things that I wanted to get with him on, and so that we were more prepared for Monday. I didn't want to show up Monday and be like, you don't know you don't know my process. So that was really helpful. But and that day I said, here's all I need. I just need you to work on getting the number. And on the Mondays you can use your rangefinder. You just can't use slope. So that helped just getting the
Did
wrong.
you use slope?
No, I didn't use slope.
So,
The rangefinder doesn't even have slope on it, so that I knew I couldn't get dinged for that. Um, but yeah, so that was what I said, Jake. Just help me confirm our read, and then give me a good guesstimate on the distance. Like we have a 20 footer, 18 footer, 5 footer, just to kind of get perspective. And then I said, big thing for me is tell me, because I'm thinking it, but sometimes you just don't think through every single detail. Sometimes am I uphill or downhill? Because sometimes that happens to me. Is I just get too lost in the line and I forget, man, I'm uphill. I got to hit it harder. I'm downhill. I don't have to hit it as hard. Just that a little refresher, like right before I get over the ball, helps me. And I told him from that putting aspect, that's what I need to know. A yardage aspect, I just need to know the number, and then help me calculate where you see wind and the actual visual of slope and how that's going to calculate into a final number. And he did a great job. And I said, other than that, don't tell me hit an 8 iron. Don't just tell me my yardage. And I pulled my club, and we were great all day. And we just talked like we were just having conversations the whole round. It wasn't like, oh, let's put it here. He knew I knew what I was doing, and he gave me the information I needed, and I just went out and played around the golf and kept it very loose and very comfortable from start to finish. And that was again like another positive. Like I executed my game plan. The score just didn't end up being what it needed to be, and that's golf, right? There's a
that's
lot of people.
golf, bro. That is golf, and I love to hear that. You need to take one of Jake's putting clinics. So
I
you,
should.
so you know what? So we're not trying to do it a couple weeks ahead of time, But
That I didn't get into the VTO.
but I'm gonna tell you, and you know what? You've always said this when you speak about the crew and the people you have on staff, right? You've always said this about Jake, that he's a numbers guy, like that he's good at charting things and using technology and using numbers to like man, he's just like a numbers guy, right? And he uses a lot of things that you would never think of or that we don't think of because he's a younger golfer. He's come up in a different time, and you know what? And he's a different type of golfer, right? Like we see, you just said it. You see things a little bit differently, and I love to hear that because that's what makes him a good instructor is because he takes those things into consideration. And
Yes.
and you know what? Like I want you to make it. I want you to do it, Ray. And I'm so thankful that you gave it this shot. I love hearing that side because we had Casey on a couple weeks back. And I'm always curious as to what makes a good caddy. Like, to what makes a good caddy? Like, do you keep it light? Do you talk about pressing? Do you talk about, like, is there a certain topic about the wife, the kids, the grill, instruction? Like what is like the main, like, what is the topic of conversation that keeps you, I guess, focused on the task at hand?
Anything but golf, honestly. Like I'm not. I, I'd like to just hyper focus over the ball, or like once I'm in my routine, like I'm in golf mode. Other than that, like I'd rather look at the birds flying by, or get my mind to wander a little bit and then come back. I can't grind it, for 5 hours straight. Like it just, I'll be exhausted mentally.
I have to, Ray. That's the only way I play.
I you at least you're successful, but mine is not that. Um, and like honestly, like my casual rounds of golf, like I'm on my phone way too much. But that's kind of like, I mean, I'm not talking to someone sometimes, so it's just like, I'm doing work, I'm returning emails, I'm doing so. That's just, and I play great golf that way. It doesn't bother me that my phone is keeps buzzing, or I got emails, or reply. It just, I'm used to it. So like in that setting, I'm not on my phone, right? I'm locked into what I'm doing, and it's a professional golf event. So that conversation with Jake kind of is like that phone for me, like, or that distraction that I have between shots. And I really trusted him with my green reading. Like I'm not. I mean, I can read a green, or else I wouldn't have made it, right? I'm not, I mean, I know more or less where I am, but he just gave me some reassurances on what I was seeing, and that's kind of where I kind of took what he gave me, and I took what I saw, and I kind of blended it together. I mean, if you look at like AJ, like AJ's a completely different guy than Jake. Like if I had AJ coming, out there, we probably would have had a little bit different process of reading the greens, right? Or because I think it was so cool. Like when we did that thing the day before, I told him like, okay, I see it, a cup out on the left, and he's like, okay, so 8.5 inches off of center. I'm like, yeah. So and he's like, well, I measure it from inches from center, and I'm like, okay, so if I said it's a ball out on the left, what is it? And he's like, oh, it's 5.5 inches off of center. I'm like, okay, like those are the things that I think are so cool. But like that younger generation, they're that they're the data driven. Like in all of them, but it does make it easier to simplify it to an actual like decimal number almost, and you can be much more accurate. Or, me and AJ would be like, I just hit it, a cup out on our left. Like, okay, like,
Okay, and I get that, right? So it brings us to in full swing. The second season, they were in Rome, right? They're on their way. It's Team USA when they lost in Rome, and they're on their way. Or second season, third, I don't know, right? They're on their way in the bus, and the guys, the Team USA, and Zach Johnson was the captain. They were all talking about when someone tells you it's a two balls out or a ball out. Like, where are you aiming? Are you aiming down the center of that golf ball that is outside of the hole? Are you aiming the center, or are you aiming like on the outside of that one ball? And you hear golf pros, like guys at the top of their game, playing on the freaking Ryder Cup, discussing this thing like that. I'm like, man, this is stuff that we talk about with just guys shooting the shit. Like, hey, and like, and you think about it, you're like, oh, when you say a ball out, like it's a ball out outside of the ball, right? Like you're aiming maybe a middle outside of the ball. And then, or when they say it's a cup or half a cup out, like you're aiming down the center of the cup, right? And you love to hear like how these freaking professionals, how they view it, right? How they view it, and then how Jake views it. And leading to my next point that I wanted to go into is the instruction. Like you have a hell of a good team that is on staff for On Par Golf. You have a lot of different flavors. It's like 31 flavors, baby. You know what? You have all different types of instructors for the different type of golfers that are out there. Now, playing this competitive golf, working with Jake, working with AJ, and seeing your other instructors, how has that gone into you as being the instructor you are to this day?
do you mean me as an instructor, like how their influence has been on me? I think it's it's helped me understand easier ways to deliver information. Like I enjoy watching them teach or their versions of the same thing, right? The way I say it, the way they say it. I think that's the beauty with a lot of my clients. Like they're like, man, you made it so clear, but you use such simple terminology. I think sometimes you just get overwhelmed with like, all this, over the top golf lingo. And I think for me, I was an athlete, right? So I relate a lot of stuff to sport. Like I talk about tennis with some stuff. I talk about baseball with some stuff. I talk about, being a linebacker sometimes, and trying to figure out some posture things. There's just different things that I just try and relate well. And I think that's what I've enjoyed, and what I enjoyed the most, like with my staff, is like kind of picking their brain a little bit and understand their process and how they see things and how they translate information to the clients. Because in the end, I mean, we all have a good basic, fundamental sound idea of how to move the club. But again, it's like what's going to make it click for that client, like what, and then stick. Not only just click there, but like, because that's the one thing I'm like, when I'm working with someone, is like, okay, well, write it down or remember it, because you're gonna forget it, or it's gonna go away in like a week, and you're like, man, what did Ray say? Like, it's nothing's gonna change from that time it clicked to that, a week or two later, and you're like lost again because you just forgot some basic things that we talked about in a session a week or two or a day ago or whatever happened, whatever it was. Um, but I think that's what I enjoyed the most from my staff is they're wonderful people first and foremost, and they're people I want to be around and that are like-minded and have a vision and a goal for the purpose of why on-par golf exists. And there's no fluff, there's no messing around. We're just good people that understand that it's a game, and all we want to do is help you play this game more enjoyably and help you find your goals and meet those goals, make sure they're attainable and realistic, and just figure out a game plan for success for everyone that visits with us. And that's the vision, and that's as simple as we keep it at on par. It's not, we've got guys that work with college players. AJ's teaches Tim O'Neill on the tour. He'll be he caddied for him a couple weeks ago. He'll be going to the senior PGA championship next week. He was actually on a bag this week at the VTO for Brandon Todd. So like, just it's cool to have these connections to all these different aspects of golf and people at different levels of golf. So I think that's what makes us well rounded. I mean, Christy is amazing. I love talking to Christy because out of all of us on staff, she's walked the talk. Like that's what I enjoy. Like, it's not. I mean, in her prime, I mean, that girl was unbeatable, and it's just fun to have a conversation, because me and Christy are probably two of the most similar people in like the mindset. It's super casual. It's nothing, it's no fluff. It's just get out
Keep
there
it
and grind
real.
it.
Keep it real.
Yeah, keep it super real. And she's she'd much rather be on the range, kind of eyeballing stuff than like looking at data. Like, and that's kind of me too. But I mean, I know I'm probably a good balance of both. But that's what I mean. Like, everybody's a little bit different. Jesse and Mark, they do a fantastic job with their instruction and a lot of programming. And DK, does a good job with helping to grow our game and build our stuff up that we're doing at Northern Hills. So everybody's got their role and everybody understands their role, and it's nothing that I'm over demanding or ask too much. It's just you do what you need to do, and the whole framework of on par golf is to give them a platform, right, and support them with everything they need, and that's all I do. And me getting to teach and be able to do everything that I do on my personal golf side and all the businesses and the nonprofit and all that. That's just the cherry on top of what we started with, just this one little idea of one day I walked out of my classroom and I wanted to start a business, and 8 years down the road, we have 3 locations where we provide service at On Par Golf. We have the restaurant, we have the tour, we have the apparel, and we have the nonprofit to kind of bring it all together. So I had a chance and I sponsor some stuff with the section, and I got to speak at the December meeting, and I kind of gave them just our whole idea of our brand and what we do, and I mean they were blown away. Like where I'm just some kid that had an idea, and I told that whole group of like these are PGA professionals. Like don't don't sell yourself short. Like whether you're 20 years old or you're 60 years old, and you want to start your own thing or do. No one's stopping you. It's just I'm a prime example of that, and I think that's the key thing. I'm just trying to be influential and use my platform to the best of my ability to help not only golfers but just people in general. Like show them that it's all possible. It's just a matter of figuring out how you get it done and finding the right help to help push you along the way.
And I think you're doing that, man. And we feel it. We feel it through the screen, and we feel what you do right there. And we're proud of you, man. I mean, maybe a lot of people are always like me. We're always kissing your ass because we know how good of a guy you are. But you know what? It's warranted. You put a lot of good out there in the world, and you know what? A lot of it comes back to you. And you know what? Maybe that's what I need to start doing. I like to put a lot of toxic things, and then the toxicity comes back to me. and but I'm gonna tell you, right? So because a lot of instruction stuff has been going on out there, and you know what? A lot of it, you know what? Like you said, you told me that your dad was kind of like your first coach. Hey, he gave you that. You always bring out the club, the little club right there. That's still perfect for me. It needs to go in my bag. And you know what? You've seen this side. You know what? Just like you say about Christy. I remember back in the day, dude. Like I remember, like I don't think girls understand that she was the first. Like she was her. Like she was her. She was her for San Antonio. Like and she played at OK State. She played at OK State full ride.
Yeah.
And I don't think girls understand that you know what, that hey, like you have that lady here in San Antonio, and but you know what, we have a lot of D1 golfers here in town. We do. We have a lot. And you know what? And then you had the young lady, Camacho from I think that's her last name from her dad teaches that instructors at Dominion. And you know what? That hey, she right. And you know what? It's like people don't understand that there's a lot of great golfers here in San Antonio, and that Christy was a trendsetter right here. And you spoke her up, and Andrew Cano goes, she's okay. All right, her brother right there, and then you got LOL right there, right here. Beto, Steven Escobedo, Edison to OK State, and Andrew Cano right here, her brother. She had 16 full ride D1 offers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's amazing that it doesn't get talked about more. But I think it was a blessing when she came, and asked, how she can contribute to what we're doing, and I've never doubted her for a minute, and she's one of the biggest assets to our staff. So,
and she's badass, and I'm glad, and everything that she's doing, all the success she's doing as an assistant athletic director at Texas A&M, San Antonio. Like I'm extremely proud of her, and it's all. She's earned it all. She's earned it all. So as we talk about it
this week,
that's right. They're second
victory, and I think they had an individual as well that I think works with Jake too. So and on that note too, like I was talking to Jesse a couple of days ago. We were counting, like we have a multiple district championship teams with kids that we work with, individuals that are punched their ticket to regional. So we're working on trying to get some of that out there so we could share that all this good that's going on in these kids that are moving on to regionals and hopefully state. Their products and people that work with us at On Par Golf. I know Trevino as well. She's doing fantastic and works with Jesse, and I love to support her and her family. So I mean, it's just great stuff.
They're good people, man. They're good people. I had a chance to. We're really good Facebook friends, right? Like, man, hey, I know the family. I see the daughters. I got daughters, right? And we finally met out of the VTO right on Friday, and we're like, hey, it's you. Hey, it's you. Yeah, it's us. Then the wife comes over. Who's this guy? I was like, oh, we're good friends. Gabe's like, oh, we're good friends. and I feel like I know you. Hey, we don't shake hands, we hug. You know what I mean? And so, and again, it's just if anybody's listening and they don't know what type of instructors that you and your crew are, I always say this to anybody. I said, you know what? Ray's not going to fix you in one session, but you know what he's going to do? You're going to leave that session with some hope. And for a hack golfer like my ass, and who doesn't like, a lot of instruction, I feel like it's all about the information. And as a coach, and I'm always trying to pick up stuff from good coaches and good leaders and good people. How can you relay the information better? And I think that's for anybody who's interested in getting a golf coach or a golf instructor. It's all about the information. Are you being super wordy and technical? I'm not that kind of guy. Like I don't like swing access, and all these things like that. I like how you do it. You know what? You take my swing, you put it up on the TrackMan, and then you compare it. And I don't like the golfer, but you always compare it to Francesco Molinari. I don't like that guy. I hate him. But you know what? For some, like just a little bit, I liked them a little bit more. And I'm like, okay. He said, hey, I see it, right? And my favorite thing that you say after a session with you, your swing's not that bad. You know?
Yeah, I gotta leave you on a good note, man.
What is it? The Oreo or the sandwich effect, right? Like, hey, something good, the bad, and then something good at the end.
Yeah, yeah. Just like in
It's like two, even though it's double stuffed, even though it's like a double stuffed Oreo, where the crema is all bad, right? So as we talk about this instruction, Ray, it's come up to where like a lot of us guys say, I'm a 9 handicap, that I fluctuate between a 9 and a 5 handicap, depending if you're a good coach, your golf game sucks. If you're a bad coach, your golf game is probably good, right? In regards to my line of work. And right now my golf game is freaking horrible, but I'm hoping it's because I'm a good coach. Well, you know what makes somebody qualified to be a good instructor? Because I'm never going to try to take swing tips from somebody who can't beat me out on the course. And I don't know if that's just personal, but then there's those people that there's old viejos, that they just go out there with that old ass shag bag, and then the 5 gallon, old pickle bucket of beat up balls. And they used to do it back in the day, and they're just watching you swing, and they're just kind of messing with you and things of that nature. And what makes a qualified instructor?
I think that's I mean, something I know that was bouncing around on social and stuff like that. But I actually had a coach during one of the tournaments, like a preview for district a few weeks ago, and she kind of asked me that same question. She played college golf, a small school. She's coaching the golf team, out, outer line area like Del Rio or somewhere. They came into town, and she just asked me, she saw our board on the wall at Mission del Lago because that's where the tournament was, and she's like, "Hey, you're that guy at the top of it." Yeah, she said, "Yeah, you were him," and I want to start learning to teach more. And she said, do I need to go to school, or do I need to go, to the PGA program? And I was like, well, I mean, there's different routes. I said, I'll kind of tell you my story, which was, I was a great, golfer as a junior golfer. I was able to, win a couple of district championships in high school, and then played collegiately for 4 years, player of the year in college, and then I played professionally for a stint of years, and it just kind of got my grasp of golf through my experience. And then I was blessed enough to eventually go into education and teach and coach. It kind of added some more depth to my skill set as a coach and teacher, and that's kind of how I felt I validated myself to be an instructor. And I said I never felt early on that going to the PGA program was my my route, or my initial journey to like some great certification to feel like I'm privileged enough to teach golf, right? And I kind of told her that was my route, because she was like, "Well, I got to go to the PGA program." I said, "I just got in the PGA program, a couple years ago, more so because yeah, it kind of validates what I'm doing, and then two, it's great networking. It's a good opportunity, if you want to work in the golf industry and enhance it." But I was kind of like, I kind of put the cart in front of the horse there because I did everything without it. I built everything up without even being in the program. So I think that's an example of it works both ways, right? I could have gone the other route and like right out of professional golf or right out of college, gone into the golf management program or went into the PGA program and got certified and got my membership early on. But I and like to answer her question was like, there's really truly not a an instruction police out there looking for people to flash some badge that hey, I'm qualified to teach golf. I guess anybody realistically could, but I guess the proof is in the pudding, right? Like if that's someone that again has the golf skill set, the understanding, the whole package to be able to deliver good, valid instruction, and you trust them. Yeah, I mean, you get people on the range all the time that are average to good players. Like, hey, you're coming over the top, or you're doing this or that. Like, but that's just armchair quarterbacking, like teaching, right? But I don't think there's anything wrong with that if you are doing it the right way, right? Like if you're at a place that you have privileges to teach at, you're not stepping on anyone's toes, you're doing, having, made clear communication of what you're doing, how you're doing it. And there is no beef there. Like do it all day long. But if you're not, authorized and on property, like that's not cool. Like that's just not the way you should be given instruction. Like you could go, to your home studio or a backyard or whatever and do it all day long. The PGA is not going to come hunt you down and say, "Oh, you can't be doing that." That's not the way it works. It just it's just something that helps validate what I'm doing too, and then too the whole golf aspect of it. As I want to play more competitive golf, it gives me that platform. So that's kind of why I'm doing both things with getting to play more and getting that networking and getting some better learning some more skill sets too with what they have to offer as a program. But again, to that girl that asked me that day, and to your question, like I think anybody can teach if they feel they have the capability to do it. And two, I think that person, whoever is doing the teaching, that client or customer is going to tell you right away whether you're valid or not. And then if you just keep getting kicked in the teeth, then it's like they don't keep calling you back, or it's not making sense, or they think you're full of it. Then you're set to do it or not. Like you have the skill set to do it or not. But I think the main thing is whether you try it or not, that you're just doing it the right way. And I've had plenty of people I had to ask to leave our properties.
Yes. Okay, Ray. I'm chomping at the bit. I got so many things going through my mind right here, and you said it. You said it right there. I was just about to ask, like, okay, so there's several things I'm writing down. Right, there's a lot in my mind right now, just because it's a sensitive subject, right? It's just like me. I have my facilities, right? I have my baseball field, I have my softball field, I have my football field there in my schools. I ain't gonna let somebody that hasn't contacted me come or contacted my, my facility manager come and train on my field. It ain't gonna happen. Now, if one of my players' dads say, "Hey, that's his personal trainer, coach, can he come on out?" Hell yeah, I'm gonna say, get your kids some work, right? Like hell yes. But you know what? That common courtesy call has to be made. And you know what? And then like Robert Vasquez came out and he said it too. He goes, Andy, like if maybe like a personal like a coach is traveling down for one of his players' tournaments, I'll give him that privilege to use my range, use my facility in preparation. But if you're here local and you're trying to train people at my facility where I have a Class A PGA professional, I have 2 in the program. It ain't gonna happen because you know what? Like this is what they're paying for. They're paying for that program. They're paying. And somebody mentioned, I think it was Andrew or somebody, Andrew Kano mentioned like they're hoping to get that money back through instruction and making that money back in their hours in their program that they are paying for, that they are putting that work in. And so you know what? How many times have you had to kick somebody off, or have you had to ask somebody to get off your facility because it is? You know what? It's not your facility, but you work hand in hand, and you do pay to use that facility there at at Mission del Lago?
Or locations, I've had, you know, occurrences of having to, report people and have. But I think it's two ways, right? Like, so I'm unique in like I have my partnership with Alamo City Golf Trail, so I have the opportunity to help, have them help me police it, right? So
And how great
it's
how great has that relationship been between you and with Alamo City Golf Trail?
priceless. Like I wouldn't be able to have accomplished nothing of what I've been able to do without their support of Andrew Peterson and the trail. Like, the, they've given me the opportunity and entrusted me to do what I'm doing. So without that, I mean, there's no on par, like to this extent, right? There's no Rack and G Grill. There's no Flamingo Club to the extent that we have. There's no tour in relationship with their tour to help build golf in San Antonio. Like, I mean, it's just priceless. Like, I couldn't do it without them. So,
That's
and
great
when
to
it
hear.
comes
That's great to hear that. Like I love to hear that. I love to hear that it is that you can't put a price on that type of relationship. That is great to hear.
to anyone in the industry to have the opportunity that I have, I mean, they would give anything for that opportunity, and I've never taken it for granted. And it's I think all I did was take advantage of an opportunity that presented itself, and I thought multiple steps ahead, not just here and now. Like, let me do this. Like, it was always from day one. Like, Andrew was always like, dial it back, Ray. You're thinking too big. But that's the way I think, and that's why I've been able to leverage such a great partnership and relationship with them and grow golf. I mean, I go to I went to Almost the other day, and I don't know, those guys in the pro shop, and they're like, "Hey, Ray, we love what you're doing," and all that. And I'm like,
Charlie knows everybody. Ray, stop. Let's stop. Let's stay. Charlie knows everybody.
I think either assistant or just there, and those are the things. They're like, "Man, I love what you're doing. Keep it going." I'm like, "Yeah, that's." So those are the things, that our money can't buy. There's no way I could, if you think about it, like, basically we have access to three golf courses and three ranges. It's like saying I'm going to buy three ranges in San Antonio. I financially, right? But because of this relationship, I'm able to do that and create the platform to do what we do.
The
Uh,
next the next thing is right. The next thing that's on my mind. Ray, you don't look like a lot of guys in those PGA section meetings. You don't look a lot of like those guys, and unfortunately, you know what? You don't have to agree with me, but racism, elitism in golf, it's real, and you know that being a Southside, it is real. This like it is real.
I've dealt with it since I was first put a golf club in my hand. I mean, it's difficult. You have some that feel that they have more privilege than you do in especially in the golf realm, right? But and two, like, I only use it as motivation, like, especially like when I go to these section events. Like, it's not, I'm not racist. I don't think anyone there is truly racist. It's just the ratio or proportion of the Hispanic or black to the Caucasians or whites in the section or throughout the whole PGA of America program. Like, it's just lopsided, right? So
Is it ratioism or is it racism? We don't know. We don't know. you know.
yeah, but I mean, I've never I tried to feel like that's gonna prohibit me from being successful. And I know a lot of people that feel like, oh man, these guys, they don't want me here. I'm like, come look at me. I'm a shining star, man. You should be trying to model what I'm doing, and that's the way I take it. Not like, you know, I don't belong. I belong more than anybody that's there,
Hell
and
yeah,
that's
you do. You do.
and
Hell yeah, we do. We do, Ray. We do.
I feel 100% comfortable in my own skin, in front of anybody, with whether it's golf or, doing a speaking engagement, at a major function. Like, I really don't care who the audience is, and I don't care, you know, the people around me. I just care about my inner circle, and that's my close family and friends. Like, and that's the most important. Like, everything else, on the fringe of that is important, but it's not my whole world, right? Like, I focus on what I can control, and I keep those that I care about the most, as priority in my life, and I just try to do the best I can every day and try and get up and do it the next day. That's really my mentality of how I approach everything.
And that's why I think that's why so many of us root for you, because you do it your way. You do it your way, and you belong at the you. We're all looking right. Like I had this young man Jordan on the show, and he's a buddy of mine. He plays with FOREBROS, and you know what? He's an African American guy, and I'm like, you know what? I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to look for that. Who's that next like colored golfer that I can like really root for? Like, and I said they ain't out there. Like they ain't out there. They ain't out there. Like. And I tell people they're like, oh, why don't you? I said I'm not that. This is what I love. I'm doing what I love to do. This is what I love to do. Well, might I film my shot or a hole here and there? Yes, but I said that's not my comfort zone. That's not where I feel like. That's not my happy place. This is my happy place, right? I'm in the driver's seat. Well, I really don't like to drive because I want to text on my phone. And smoke my cigar and drink my drink. I want somebody else to drive, right? And so like I love to be comfortable in my lane, right? Well, you need to do this. I said no. Like I'm doing what I love to do. I want this is the connections I want to do in the golf game. And I think like that's why people root for you so hard, is because man, you look like us. Like you look like us, and you know what? We want to see more guys like that. I'm not saying I'm racist. That's not what I'm saying. Is that I want to see more guys like us at the table on the course. At giving presentations, being on the PGA, seeing you play in the Joe Black Cup. Seeing you play on the North and South. Seeing Ray Garza. I love seeing Ray Garza on Par Golf right next to your name on all those Golf Genius, attorneys, right? Like I want to see that, and I want to see that PGA at the end of your name, like, and I think that's the thing where it's like people nowadays. I said I don't think people understand. Like I spoke to Sergio. Sergio and I were texting. Sergio Menezes and I were texting back and forth. You know what? That he like. I'm so proud of that guy, man. You know what? He went out there to the Covey, and you know what? He's just rocking and rolling out there, and he's in the program, and he said I got about a year left, and I'm like dang, like guy, like you work on a course, like you think you would be getting further, and it's just like just because you're in the game or in the industry doesn't mean you're getting further. Like you still got to do that and the work, it's like working a day job and then going to school at night.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. I mean, you have years to finish it, and I have no time right now, like to just a lot for that. So I'm almost done with my level one. So that's really all I really gotta do is just kind of finish up my book work and turn it in, and I'll be a level two, and then I have another couple years to kind of work on that. But uh, I mean, yeah, I think you make a valid point. Like I think I, I'm the most humble guy in the world. Like I don't even like a good example like Abel. Abel's been doing a great job for our social media. He's our tour director for the tour, and he pushes me way out of my comfort zone, like making these videos and
But that's where the growth happens. You know that. That's where the growth happens in comfortability. That's where
yeah,
the
no,
growth happens.
I like that part, right? But like even the pictures like we took on the Monday, like he was like, I was like, you want to do something? I'm like, yeah, well, let's document it a little bit. And like some of those, just, I mean, I think one of the coolest things was like, I put it out there and, my daughter, she saw it and she's like, man, I want to take pictures like that one day. I'm like, that was like, oh yeah, that's why I need to push myself. Like those aha
Somebody's
moments of
watching you. Somebody's always watching you, Ray. Somebody's watching you.
those were good things, and the video just doing stuff like it's very uncomfortable for me because that's not me. Like if anyone knows me, I'm like this little truly knows me. I'm just a quiet guy. Leave me in the corner, and I'm good. But I have to be a different person sometimes to do what I do, which I'm getting more and more comfortable with it. But it's still not something that comes very natural to me. So I try and make it feel and look as smooth and well done and polished as I can. But I mean, it's still always a work in progress. But I think again, like if I don't do it, who is? So that's my whole thing is like I got to do it for the bigger, a bigger cause outside of just myself. So
You got the weight. You got the weight of the South on your side. You know, you got the weight of the South. You got the weight of the.
West, Central. I need a.
Hey, we're relocating. We're relocating right there. So okay. So you know what? I love to hear the stories because you know what we feel connected, and I think people are watching and listening to this, and that they'll do it at a later time. They're gonna feel that. They're gonna feel that through the camera and through the audio. So one thing that I want to get to Masters, and then I want to close out with the Flamingo Open, the second annual Flamingo Open. So we got Masters Week coming up. You had the privilege to be out there. What are some of the to do things? Give me 3 to do things that it's a must when you're out there at on the grounds at Augusta National Golf Club.
You gotta sit at Amen Corner for a little bit. I mean, just sitting there, it's such a cool spot because you've got the green area of on your left, which I think is 11, right there, and 12 the par three, and then 13 coming back off the tee, that par three, that par five. I mean, just a cool spot. Like when I was standing there, I was like, I couldn't believe I was standing there at the Masters, watching golf that you watched your whole life. Like everybody, the big deal Masters Week, right? And then you actually physically being on the property was just amazing, and that was a really magical spot for me. Like I just felt like, man, so much has happened here, and I think that would definitely be like hit up Amen Corner, and then uh, I think one of the I guess not so much golf related, but like blown away moment was the merch tent. Like holy cow! Like the lines were just wrapped around the building, and you ship all this stuff. There you go. You got the menu. I got that one.
Well,
Did,
you got it for me.
okay, I thought I did.
Hey, okay, all right. So hold on. So I posted something, right? I shared a story. It's something that I had been speaking about, right? Like wearing freaking polo, like wearing Masters polo or Masters gear, and it's stolen valor, right? And a lot of times, like I got my boy Steven Chavez on here. I wanted him on the show to talk about the Masters, and he said, "Bro, I'm taking my daughter to her first Spurs game," and I said, "Yeah, well, you're right. They're never gonna have another Spurs game again. So you know what? Hey, good for y'all." And it's stolen valor it to wear like the Masters logo polos. And Sergio Meneses tells me, he goes, "Man, I was cracking up when you posted that." And I said, "No, Sergio, like this shit is real. Like it's stolen valor. It's stolen Masters valor." I feel like you know what's gonna happen, Ray? You wear a Masters polo. What is everybody gonna ask you?
Where'd you get it?
Right? Or did you go? Like
Yeah,
did you
yeah.
right?
Well,
And then Steve tells me, and you know what, and then I know you've kind of like given me comfort, like, hey, just tell him your primo went, a primo went, I'm like, dude, but I feel ugly, like I almost want to sell him, I want to get rid of him, like because I'm telling you, it's like being, wearing like, the marine formal uniform out there, like I'm just I'm rocking stolen valor, I'm stolen valor. God.
you'll get a chance to get there one day.
I know, Ray. I just, you know what? I try to kiss the right asses, then I just end up kissing the wrong asses, and then I end up on a Reddit story. You know,
Yeah,
I end up on
yeah,
a.
yeah. I mean, the only reason AJ, and two, I guess the other thing too, like if through the PGA program. So once I finish, I have access to it every year.
That's what Sergio told me too. That's the exact same thing Sergio told me.
PGA Championship, there's some stuff there too. So, but yeah, no, I mean, I get it. Yeah, you're like, yeah, kind of like, I don't want to. Yeah, I didn't go. Somebody, bought it for me or whatever. But
So okay,
yeah,
so I'm gonna tell you. So like, at the VTO it was my first time at the Valero Texas Open, and me and my good buddy Jacob Munoz, he's on here. We go into we're in a lot of the tents, right? Like and I think we are in the members, the TPC members, like cabana or whatever, right? And you know what? We're there, we're drinking, we're standing at kind of like a hot top bar, and some guy comes, "Hey man, do you mind if I sit with you on?" Yeah, and he's got a Masters polo on, and we're like, we both look at him and we would look at each other and we're like, hey, have you been to the Masters? He goes, yes. He goes, well, he goes, most recently, he goes, oh, was my last one was like 2006 or something like that, right? He goes, but when I was younger, my dad and I, he goes, I'll never forget. He goes, can I tell you a story? And we're like, oh hell yeah, we're over here like, we're over here like, we're joshing, dude. We're giddy schoolgirls. He goes, he goes, I was in high school, and my father and I were at Augusta on Sunday in '86, watching Jack Nicklaus make a late charge to win his last green jacket. And he goes,
What?
man, he said, I remember we were fighting through the crowds, just like, man, I got goosebumps right now just talking about it. And I wasn't there. This guy was telling me the story. And you know what? And me and Jake were just like we had tears in our eyes, man. We're like, it's such a beautiful story, like he goes, like, so to watch, like everybody's got that story, right? Or a lot of people have that story he took us there, right? You know what? I was only 7 years old in '86, and I didn't know a lot about golf, but you know what? I seen the highlights. He took me there. Like, he took me there, like, as a high schooler in '86, following Jack. Chingo.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's just magical, the aura around that place, and I mean, and I think you asked me three things, right? And I think the last thing would be just the greatness you're surrounded by. I because that year I went, that was the year Tiger quit after he made the cut when he couldn't walk anymore, uh, and that I was there Friday, so that was the last day he played the full round, and I mean, he's standing like right next to me, putting, on the putting green right next to one. And you're like, I'm at the Masters standing next to Tiger Woods, getting ready to tee off. And how many people get that opportunity? And it's like those moments of like, man, I'm just so blessed to have this chance to experience this. And those are the moments, like, that I would say, when you're there, just soak in the chance to see, the absolute best in the world, teeing it up at probably the best golf course in the world, in
Does,
the most magical environment in the world. So,
do,
those
do,
things
do you think
I'll
not
never.
ha- do you think not having your phones there, do you think that adds like a lot to the mystique and allows you to take it all in?
It forces you to mentally like capture it in your head. Like I remember walking around like looking at the greens and like visualizing shots and stuff like that. Where you don't really do that much, I guess. When you're walking around, but like I think you're just focusing on the golf and being in the moment. And then the food's good too. Like you get
I was
some
just about to
really.
ask. What was your favorite food and drink item?
I had the
The chicken sandwich, the chicken salad sandwich, or the
chicken salad. I tried like three. I did the pimento cheese.
oh, dude, how
Just
was it? How was it?
yeah. I mean the
I'm not a,
drinks. It's just a few bucks for everything. Um, and people were really nice. Like you meet people from all over the world, and it's cool. Like you'll have conversations with people, and they're like, "How'd you get your tickets? How'd you get in here?" You're just talking like because it's so unique. Like I got the lottery. I got my ticket. There's just people talking, or I know this guy, because they were asking me. I was like, well, my buddy's caddying for one of the players, and like, oh, who? And it's just cool. Like you get to talk to people. Like I had a chance to talk to Finau's wife for a little bit
she's
after,
nice. She's nice.
yeah. So you there's normal people, and you're just having normal conversations. But
Just normal people with like 10 kids. It's just like any Southside family, that has no TV, right? Just like any Southside family. Right there, Steve Chavez right there. Pulled pork out there at the Masters.
I don't think I had one.
See, okay, you're supposed to have one of everything, Ray. You didn't do it. You got the bucket list now.
I have the bag. I kept the bag that the sandwiches came in. Uh, so I have it probably in
You
my
put
closet.
it you put it in Lily's lunchbox. Hey, babe, you get
Cheese is still probably got cheese on it. It's all moldy, probably.
dude. So okay, so so we talk about it. How do you think? Do you think that's a course that what would you shoot there since you were there physically and you saw it? What do you think you would do from, let's say, the pro tees out there, the tips?
Uh, I mean, I think first round would definitely be higher than any other round, like just trying to learn your way around it. But I would probably say, you know, 78 to 84. I mean, who knows? I'm just giving you a rough like,
Damn.
but
Hey, remember Ray? The internet, it stays on forever, bro. 78 right there. I'm writing it down. Ray Garza.
or played one single hole, I would probably be in that range. I think there's just so many little subtleties to it that you got to get around it a couple times. Even talking with AJ, he's like, that's why the guys that have experience on it play so well because it's very difficult to play that course well. The first two or three visits. It takes you some reps to really get comfortable in the environment and understand, the little detail things of that golf course and, where to miss, where to try and, start your line, starting lines off the tee, just things like that. And then the breaks itself. And then, I mean, those greens are, probably 12, 13 on, rolling. So yeah, just different speed, maybe two, but I mean, but if I'm hitting it well, I don't see why I couldn't shoot in the 70s. Uh, you know, if I was playing, solid. But I mean, realistically, I would say, high 70s, low 80s, it be
Okay.
somewhere in the ball.
So toughest course you've played.
Ooh, toughest course.
That maybe that one that you're like, man, I would love another crack at it, or like this course got me. Like this course is one that gave me some fits.
Man, I, I
Or
can't think of
or you just that badass that no, like every course you've seen, you whooped that ass.
there. I mean, I don't feel like there's no course that can contain me, Andy.
Woo!
No, it was for real. Really don't. I don't. I look at a golf course as like the shot in front of me, not as a whole. So if I can kind of take care of that, then the rest takes care of itself. I think from a standpoint of mentally, like I if I'm playing Riverside, right, I can hit it three fairways over, right, or versus I'm
Scoreable
playing,
course, very scoreable course.
yeah, like if I'm playing blackjack, like at the Monday, like you got to keep it in play, like you can't miss it very far because then you're not going to find it, right? And there's a lot of courses like that. I think that's more of a challenge for me. Like I think as a golfer over the years, I've always struggled with courses that are really lined. Like you got to put it in the fairway. I've always kind of been trying to bomb it, and now I don't try and bomb it as much. I'm more focused on my accuracy. So I don't get as kind of like I guess feel as challenged as I used to with a tighter, tree line course or whatever. So I couldn't peg a course that I like. Oh, a course has my number. But I think anything that's tighter, definitely. I especially before, not as much now. But like those were always my Achilles. Like just like any golfer, right? Like if it's a tight course, your score is naturally going to be higher. So sorry I couldn't give you a good answer on a course.
Damn, man. You know what? I was like that. I was like, Ray, I will take you on at that course. That's what I was going to say. Guys, don't forget, we've been coming live from the Texas Chancla Studios. Make sure you have our guy, Jesse Hernandez, at jessehernandezlaw.com. He's out there. He's ready. It's almost his time, Ray. It's about to be fiesta time, so you need a good lawyer. Hey, make sure you keep Texas Chancla on speed dial at 210-807-8656. He will slap the opponents for you. All right. Now, man, as we get to the last few holes here in this podcast, let's talk about it, man. The second annual Flamingo Club Open to be held
Yeah.
Saturday, April 18th, out at Riverside at the Teddy Bear Course. 10 a.m. shotgun start. And you know what, guys? Ray was asking me if I was going to be able to make it, and I'm like, I'm hoping we're supposed to have a tournament for my team. I'm hoping that I'll be able to make it. It's looking better and better. I told Ray I have to. Hey, somebody's got to go defend my third place medal. My daughter and I's third place medal.
Yeah. Hopefully you can. So yeah, April 18th will be our second annual Flamingo Club Open. I mean, it's the big buzz right now. We're having a lot of families excited to participate. I'm sure we're going to fill up this week because we're getting signups every day now. Um, our first annual was at San Pedro because at that time we were supposed to be at Riverside, but had those greens were having some issues. We had moved to San Pedro. Had an amazing time, and what we're gonna just do what we did there and expand on it. So under that pavilion, we're gonna have live music. We're gonna have our DJ going, our merch tents up, our food booths are gonna be going. It's all Fiesta themed. We're actually going to have the Fiesta committee in attendance. We'll be under review. So year 3 will be eligible to be an actual Fiesta event. So we'll be on the calendar as a Fiesta official event.
Damn.
Because we joined the Fiesta program in year 1 when we did the nonprofit, and we talked about this program, and they said, well, we just got to go through the process. But they love the idea that, number one, we're on the south side because they're trying to expand Fiesta more south as well, and 2, incorporate more kids. So it was a no-brainer for them. So we'll be under review. Hopefully everything it is as needs to be for them to approve us to be a marquee event on the Fiesta calendar, starting in our 3rd annual event next year. But it's going to have some great golf entertainment. We're working on trying to get a special guest to come join us if it works out. But we're excited for our 2nd annual Flamingo Club Open. If anyone's out there interested in participating, the registration is open. We can get that information to you. You can visit onpargolftour.com and find it. It is a huge financial supporter for our Flamingo Club. That's why we're doing this, to help support our nonprofit, to help engage our underserved community that want to participate in golf. And what we do is we are able to custom fit all these kids that apply for the Flamingo Club with custom fit brand new sets of golf club apparel, access to golf, membership to not only our club but our tour, so they have a place to play. So it's just a great event to help bring everyone together, promote what we're doing, and applications are always open year round for the Flamingo Club. And so the entry fee is a little higher than normal, but that's because it's a fundraiser event for us. So that $150 per team goes a long way. It includes free food. We're having the same menu as last time because we had so much.
Ooh, hey, it was solid. Chicken on a stick. You got some corn on the cup.
Best guys. We'll have other refreshments as well. Everybody's getting that plays is getting our swag towel. So this towel is our official swag towel. Let me see if I get it in the frame there. So our Flamingo Club Open towel. Other side, it's 2-sided, so there's our Flamingo Club on the other side. So really cool towel. We'll have all our merch up, and this is I'm wearing our official tee. I don't know if you can see it good there or not in there, but it's our new Fiesta Fuego logo that we came up with for the event. And then this is our official polo, which this is the actual shirt I wore at the Monday qualifier, if you saw those images. So it's got our Flamingo Fiesta Fuego on a sublimated pattern on that, with a cool orange interlaced trim on the collar, and some good Fiesta colors popping on that. So
Wash it, Ray. I see the sweat stains on there. Come on.
Yours is right here. Right
Oh,
there.
there it is, right there. Like, hey, that's it. I thought you were gonna bring out like the little Build-A-Bear one, the little Build-A-Bear.
Great, and then you get it. So we got all the merch. So if you can register as soon as you get a chance to. We are pretty sure we'll be filling up in the next week at most, because we're coming up on the event date pretty soon. So if you're interested in participating, register. If you're interested in supporting financially, you can visit flamingoclub.org. There's a button, anything, a few dollars to whatever you can manage in supporting our program. We've got some title sponsors that we're working on finalizing, that just came in last minute. So there's some great stuff coming in to help financially support our program. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to our tour director, Abel Garza, myself, or any of our board members to get more info. But and two, we'll just so you know, we have two divisions: a 11 and over, 10 and under. So we crown two winners each event, and it's we have a trophy that you get for the day, but you get your name etched on that trophy on after you win that championship. But if you're Andy Torres, you get a third place.
I'm gonna tell you. I played with my oldest daughter, and it was like it was one of the rounds that stick out to me, right? That stand out. I think because what was it? Lily played with your dad, right? I think right. I think you played. She played with your dad because you were shaking too many babies and kissing too many hands out there. And Ray Garza for councilman and mayor. You were running for everything, right? County commissioner, todo. And so my daughter and I, like, man, like we had a freaking blast. And I'm telling you, like, I tried so hard to make my daughter into a golfer, right? But and she went out there for me, but the whole time she was saying, just like when we were like 6, 7 years old, what am I gonna wear, Dad? I gotta pick out a cute outfit, right? And I'm like, who gives a crap about the outfit? It's like, we need to get some swings in, Dad. I gotta go shopping. I'm like, I said, man, you know what? And I'm asking my youngest daughter, hey, what's up? And she goes, nope, it's her, it's Bella, right? And so we had a great time. Everybody, the service, the food, the course, the weather. It was such a beautiful time, and it's one of those rounds that really stand out. And as my daughter, I'm about to send my big girl. She's going to the enemy. She's going to Texas State, and I'm proud of her. She's going to be doing some Olympic lifting out there, and so I'm really proud of her. And for anybody that's not sure, hey, we went on. I always tell everybody we went on the roller coasters of emotions that day. We were laughing, we were crying, we were happy, we were sad, we were yelling at each other, we were arguing. We went, hey, todo Mexicanos, right? Puro Mexicano. Like, we went on all the damn, like, we hit up all the senses. It's like it was the In and Out 3. It was like, angry, joy, heartbreak, you know what I mean? And then I'm telling you, like, you know what, Ray? You can only put the tournament out there, and it was the vessel for my daughter and I just having just like one of those days that I will always remember it as being one of my best golf memories, and then taking home some hardware, baby. Cinderella story, baby. Cinderella story.
That's what about, like, I love, like, hearing that stuff. And like I have people that reach out and be like, I got my 4-year-old or 5-year-old doesn't really play. It's not about the trophy. It's just about come out and it's just a fun day. Like, it's just about families and coming together and enjoying some golf, right? And making new friends and enjoying building relationships and growing. So that's what it's about. So um, anyone that's out there too that is not sure, like, oh, we're not good enough to play, it's not about winning and losing. It's just to come out and have fun and have a good time and enjoy a beautiful day of golf with us.
It is,
And
man.
it's just on the par three course, so it doesn't take.
Hey, Teddy Bear's got some teeth. Teddy Bear's got some teeth, dude. I think it's the tougher of the par 3 courses in town. But you know what? It's beautiful. You get to see, you get to see the heart of the South Side. You see, the San Antonio River cutting through the city, and it's, you know what? It's got some great views. It's a tight course. It's got bunkers. It's tougher than San Pedro. I'd be worried. I'd be concerned. My daughter and I, we'd be throwing chingazos if it was us.
We did change the format this year. It's a
Okay.
scramble.
Okay.
We made it hard. We did an alternate tee.
It was alternate.
It was alternate tee shot. But so this time it's going to be a straight scramble, but one of the shots has to be one of the junior golfer shots in each hole. One shot per hole has to be
I
one of the
like that.
junior golfers.
I like that. Keep it fair. I like that.
So it can be the tap in, it could be the tee shot, it could be the approach shot or chip or whatever. But that's the way we're going to kind of level the playing field. So it's just not the adults playing each other out there.
And I'm telling you guys, if you have not had a chance to play, and if you're returning, I'm telling you, it's such an amazing. I mean, my baby girl or my big girl and I, like, we had just a blast, and that's because she doesn't play golf, you know. And I'm telling you, like, we're trying to work shit out on the range right before, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, man, hopefully we have enough balls, you know. I was like, man, I'm over there, like, I was like, I never buy balls in the pro shop. I'm over there, I gotta buy some balls in the pro shop, man. I'm worried. She was concerning, she was really had me stressing. But right here, last comment right here. Mike Osman, go to bed, guys. Masters starts early. Masters starts early. My bestie right there, my man Mike Osman right there. Well, Ray Garza, as we, my man, so thankful for your time right here. Kind of scroll down right here if as we kind of, I don't know if you wanna pick a winner. You want to look at any of the comments.
I'll tell you, I can't see the list of the people. So, how many comments are there?
Let's see right here. Okay. Let's see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just the different people commenting, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 different people commenting. 20 comments total.
Okay. So, why don't I just give you a number and you can count to that number, and that'll be because I have the three pieces. Do you want to give a polo to one person, a towel to the other person, and a t-shirt to the other person? So people,
Let's do that. Let's do that right there. All right. So you just pick any of the numbers, and we'll go back and we'll look right here.
let's do 3.
Okay, right here. That's 3. Why do you? He don't need anything. You give him everything. And you know what? He didn't even give any polos out to any of the guys. Ray Jeremiah Sierra. That was the third comment. He don't need anything. You set this up. I know, Maya. You set this up. Ray, yeah, like you're enabling him. Stop being an enabler. You're an enabler.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, Jeremy. Hey, he gets the towel, bro. He don't need. He don't need no. You know what? You don't make that big a size, anyways, Ray. You don't make that big a size.
There's my towel.
You don't make that big a size anyway.
He's a good. I love me some. All right. That was 3. Let's do 11.
Oh shoot! You're making me count, bro. You're making me count. It is Leo Camarillo. Gosh, stop picking all the four bros, dude. Stop picking all the four bros. Give Leo the t-shirt. Give Leo the t-shirt.
That's it. Leo got the T.
Okay, Leo t-shirt. All right. You
And
have he needs women's extra small.
public yet. They're not available. They're not dropping until the 18th at the event. So you should feel honored to get something ahead of time.
Okay, and now we got the polo right here.
Okay. All right. Let's do 1. Who was the first person to comment?
Well, her name is Gabe. Name is Gabe UTSA. He said, "Happy Gabe UTSA 05. Happy birthday to your mom." So right there, okay. He said that. Happy birthday to your mom. Hey, Gabe UTSA 05. Right. So hey, congrats, man. Congrats. All right. I'm gonna find out who he is. All right. So I gotta look it up, but I'll get that size for you. And congrats, man. Congrats winning the polo. Ray, as we close out right here, brother, do you have any shout outs right here?
I mean, just to all the love and support that I got this week, and it was truly amazing to feel that, and I really want to use that as momentum going into try and make everyone proud, and whether I win or I don't win, it's just about giving all my full effort into everything I'm doing with my golf. So never doubt that that's not happening every single time I tee it up. That's what I'm trying to do. Every single time I'm playing golf. So I'll try and do my best to make everyone proud on the golf course, and continue to make everyone proud on with everything else we're doing to help boost our community and make us better and stronger for golf and life. So thank you for all that, and thank you, Andy, because you're a big influence on this community, and a big supporter of me and I can't thank you enough for I probably have the most guest appearances on show history. No, I don't know.
Hey, it's all about longevity, right, bro? Like, hey, like you were there on episode like 13, bro. You're episode 13. You gave me a chance too, bro. You did. You gave me. It's like, hey, the different size, wearing different size shirts nowadays, like, I saw that picture of you, me, and AJ, man, when you just secured your spot at Mission Del Lago,
Yeah.
and I remember we were just, it was you, me, and AJ just kind of chopping it up there, and man, like it was before the simulator was up, before anything was laid down. It was just when you had your casting couch there, and that was it.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much, Andy, and everyone out there that supports what we're doing. And yeah, I can't wait to see where we're at a year or two, 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road with what we started, because I know it's going to be a fun road ahead. So thank you, everyone, for the love and support.
No, well, thank you, my brother. But real quick, I have to give my shout out right here, and my shout out is to Adrian Macias, Sergio's son. Good luck to regionals. He's got regionals. I believe. I can't remember. Oh, he's going to be playing Bearcat. Sam Houston. I guess Sam Houston State's course. Good luck to him regionals. And happy birthday. He shares a birthday with a great lady, with my mother. Happy birthday to Adrian Macias. Dude's a dog. He's a beast. 14 years old or he's 15 now, out there in LaGrange. Tearing it up, Adrian. I wish you good luck and happy birthday, my man. Tear it up. Hey, represent Sergio. I think I'm gonna have to send a Nothing Is OB. I got one Nothing Is OB hat left, baby. We're gonna have to send him. We need to outfit this guy, Ray. Hey, this guy's a stud, man. He calls me Mr. Andy, and I'm like, you know what? I think it was the first time. I can tell you the times I've been out there on the course with him. The first time is when I met Sergio, and Sergio was gonna whoop his butt because he was crying. He was complaining out there on the course at Golf Club of Texas, and I'm over here like, yes, Sergio, yes, like let the hate take over. Like he's getting mad at him. They were getting mad at each other. He was crying. Like, you know what? They were both crying. It was awesome, right? And I'm laughing at it, right? I think it led Sergio to play some really bad golf, and I was like this. Oh, hey, the Sergio was playing horrible. I said, man, I got this guy. And now I'm like, Sergio played pro tours in Mexico, you know it? And I'm like, okay, maybe I caught him on a bad day. And then the next time we play at River Place in Austin, right? River Place Country Club, he flashes his wallet out with a bunch of money. Dude's like 6 foot. And he goes, hey, Mr. Andy, look at all this money I've won in my wallet. And Sergio again hops him. Sergio again hops his ass and says, hey, put that wallet away. Do you see, Mr. Andy? Mr. Andy's ready to take it all from you on the course. Like, I was just over here like,
And he, yeah.
I'm like, Ray, why? I'm like, why do I always get put in these situations? Like everything's always uncomfortable. You know what? It's uncomfortable, but then I'm like, man, I'm glad that I'm here in this uncomfortable space right here. Like, that's where I do my best work. It's when.
In the toxic environments.
That's where I thrive in my bed. That's where I need. Those are the vibes I need, right? And then we play, right? We play, and my boy pulled a good one on us, right? Me and one of my buddies, Charlie, we're going out to River Place, and we drive out there to Austin, and he tells us, like, he goes, "Hey guys, don't worry, I'm gonna comp you around." And I'm looking at him like, no shit, you're gonna comp around. We didn't drive all it, like. And then my boy Charlie's like, yeah, like. Don't think like you're doing us any favors. Like, no lie, you're comping around. Like, and then they pulled the thing that courses like to do. Hey guys, car path only.
Yeah.
I'm like this, dude. Austin River Place. I don't know if you ever played it. I think it only played 62 that day where we were playing from. But it felt like the whole course was going uphill. Like the whole course was at an incline. Cart path only. Hey, it was one of those rounds where you're like, I don't know if I want to play golf again. Like, it's just, like, And so he played really well. I'm glad we didn't play for any money because he would have added more money to that wallet. And so, Adrian, happy birthday to you, my brother. Ray, That's Ray Garza, guys. Make sure you hit him up for the second annual Flamingo Club Open out at the Teddy Bear Riverside Golf Course out in San Antonio, Texas, Saturday, April 18th. That's my man, Ray Garza. Thanks so much for being on the show tonight, my brother.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Andy.
Okay, last question. Oh, sorry, last thing. I need to hear it. What is your master's dinner? What is on your menu?
Ooh. You definitely Mexican food. So
Hey, Don Pedro. We're flying Don Pedro out to cater.
yeah, I oof. Yeah, something like
Appetizers. What's the appetizer?
ooh, um,
Is it flautas? Is it queso? Is it poco de Mexico? Like, is it?
but chicken flauta is always a go-to for me. With some a good salsa and chips and queso kind of mix to start. Uh, I like if I really like a shrimp enchilada, like something a little different.
Damn, you bougie.
Yeah. And I mean, it's the Masters. It can't be plain cheese enchilada. Uh, with definitely some tres leches for dessert.
Oh, just regular tres leches. There's a family. They gave me chocolate tres leches. They're like, Coach, ¿quieres pastel, Coach? ¿Qué quieres pastel? And I was like, Senora, I like that one tres leches, but I guess it was a chocolate. Dude, they make a great chocolate tres, dude. So just tres leches, okay? Shrimp enchilada. Hey, I love it. I love it. It's bougie. You've come up now.
You gotta throw some fajitas with guac and
See, like and now, like it's gonna keep going. You're gonna add more and more and more and more.
that'd be a good one. Either that or I love seafood. Seafood is my go-to.
What
But
favorite type of seafood?
um, I like it'll make depends. Like I can eat fried food, like fried fish and shrimp all day. Like uh, uh, I do a lot of lunches like Sea Island. Like I love just
J
some fried.
J Anthony's. J Anthony's good.
Dance is good. I don't know. It's a little kind of a little favorite. My favorite is uh not trying to think of the name. They have a Mexican place, a fish place.
El Buconero.
I don't know.
Okay. Don't give away your sources. Make sure they sponsor you first before you say it.
Barbados.
Okay. Hey, Papa. You know what? Their bread is good. Like their bread, everything's spicy. I think they have like a really good this like blackened shrimp pasta. Like man, they got some good stuff there. They do. Now I'm getting hungry. My fat ass was getting hungry. All right. Hey, guys, thanks so much for being on the show. Thanks so much for watching, tuning in. Make sure you continue to support On Par Golf, On Par Golf Apparel, On Par Golf Tour, the Flamingo Club, Ray Garza on his PGA journey. Man, Ray, hey, I'm exhausted, bro. I'm huffing and puffing over here, man. Make sure you continue to support the podcast at the Zobi, Texas Chancla, FOREBROS Tour. Hey, that's golf, bro.
Cool. Thanks, Andy.